Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. So I want to show you a little bit of this book that we're reading in one of my book studies that we're doing, The Creative Act, A Way of Being. It's by Rick Rubin. When I read a book, I prefer physical books for my nonfiction. I love to interact with the book, so I'll make notes in my books. If it's something that is really significant, I really want to settle into my brain. This one, you can see I just started the first blank page, add a little doodle into it. And so I came into it, and as we read throughout this book, I made notes. At first, not as many, so you can see a few little notes here, a few little notes there. And then as we continued on and I really started connecting and engaging with it and just leaned more into making the notes, and I realized I was making such connections of things I wanted to share with Journal Pod, with different classes as I work with them. So I have this entire book has little notes in it. Okay, so you can see this is a well-loved book. At the back, there's a little notes section in the book, so I've got additional notes back here, quotes I wanted to remember. And then I started having an idea, okay? And you can see my book, it's got some little paint on it here and there. Well, this is how my mind works. I finished my little journal, the color book, and it was all gray, and I used paint pens, and they worked great on top of this fuzzy textured surface. And so this book has a kind of a linen feel to it. And I have this new set of acrylic paint markers that I think I want to use on this book. So my idea is take the creative practice that I shared with the group when it was my turn to lead, and I'm going to do that on this cover. All right, so join me. This is part of my Mindful Doodles process. So I've grabbed my paint pen and I am just letting it wander across the back cover of this book. I wanted to start and be bold with my marks, but I was a little scared to start on the front. So I started on the back just in case I totally mess this up. So far, so good. So this is a neurographic style of doodles. So after I get some basic lines on it, then I'm adding a little thickness everywhere they intersect. So this is calming my mind. I'm just relaxing into this process. So once I get all of these intersections and doing a little work on the lines, then I'll bring the color into it. So I do one thing at a time. Now, as I bring the color on, I want to add a little bit of shading into some of our spaces. So I'm going to be mixing some colors, and the paint is working really well on this. It's a linen type of cover. So you can see it's kind of has a fabric feel to it. So I'm working with kind of layering up and smudging in the different colors. And just as I do if I were working in a journal, I'm just going to grab one of my colors and I'll intersperse it throughout the page. So I'm just kind of creating some balance here, playing with them. I really liked how that light blue and the purple mixed together. So I'll continue to repeat that until something else catches my attention. So that's the beauty of this process. And as you can see here, I got a little curious. I thought I would reuse the blue, but then, this magenta looked good, but then it wouldn't blend. So I'm just going to cover it up. And that's what you do. This is part of this process that I do in my journal, is responding to what shows up on the page. So I'm literally repeating a journaling process on this cover. So if something works, I keep with it. If it doesn't quite work, I kind of move to something else. And what you notice, this blue that I just added on that I'm working with now is one of the paint pens that has a little bit of sparkle to it. So I like that. And then I'm going to shift over. I'm bringing in that baby blue. And so this back cover, what I've decided to do, it's going to be all these wonderful, cool colors, and I'm going to just bring this into this space. And in the next video, I will show you how I finished coloring this in, and then we're going to do some lettering in the center circle. Hope you enjoyed this.